It's no secret that social media marketing is a powerful tool for small businesses, entrepreneurs, and solopreneurs who are looking to attract more clients. But with so many platforms and even more options, it can be overwhelming to pick the exact right strategy to follow for you and for your business. I'm going to show you 15 scientifically proven social media marketing strategies that you can start using today to help clear the chaos and start growing your business. If you're new to my channel, now would be a genius time to click the subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications so that you get an alert every time I upload a new video about growing your business. I'm Chris, and over the last 21 years, I've taught thousands of entrepreneurs and solopreneurs how to wildly grow their businesses by attracting clients online, including using social media. And everything that I show you today are things that I've used to grow my own business. So if you're an entrepreneur or a solopreneur and you're looking to attract new clients to your business, stick with me through this video, and as soon as I'm done, you're going to be able to start using these strategies to start growing your business today. And I'm going to be going through these rather quickly today because I've got 15 strategies to share with you. But if there's one or two that you'd like me to go into more detail on, let me know in the comments below, and I will make a future video on that one strategy. I think the first thing that you've got to do is pick the platform that you want to be on. First of all, it can be incredibly overwhelming to try to handle every single social media platform out there. And that's one of the complaints I hear from people all the time, is that they just don't have the time to be on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and every other channel out there. So what I want you to do is think about where your clients are and pick the channel that's right for you. That's probably going to be Facebook if you're business to consumer, and it's going to be LinkedIn if you're business to business. The next strategy is getting to know your audience. You see, you're going to be producing content for social media, and unless you intimately know your audience and know their desires and their pain points and the outcomes that they wish to have, you're never going to create content that's going to resonate with them. So get to know your audience like you know yourself. Next, it's really important to put social into social media. That means being present on the platforms. It can be very tempting to try to use some sort of tool or automation to publish content on the platforms. But if you're not there actually doing the publishing, the platforms can tell, the people can tell, and you're just not going to get the same response that you would get if you were personally on the platforms, contributing and interacting with your audience. Next, it's a little bit difficult, but I want you to work on humanizing your brand. And that means stepping away from presenting yourself as just a logo or just a business name and really insert yourself, because you are your brand. You are your product. Especially you solopreneurs out there, you want to inject yourself into the mix so that people see you as a human and you begin to humanize your brand. And to that point, you should start thinking about the feedback that you've gotten from clients about the most human parts of your company. For me, it's when a client tells me that working with me is a life-changing experience. I hear it almost every single day. That's probably the most human part of my brand, is the profound impact that I have beyond the businesses of the people that I work with. I'm wondering what the most human part of your brand is. Let me know in the comments below what you consider to be the most human part of your brand. I know that's a tricky question, but I want you to do some thinking on it and let me know. I'm going to reply to every single comment. I'm very curious what the most human part of your brand is. Next, when you're creating content for social media, it's really important to tell the stories of your products or your services or the people that you've worked with. A great framework for telling a story is the Problem, Agitate, Solution framework. I created a whole nother video on that. At the end of this video, I'm going to link to that content creation framework so you can start using it to tell the stories of your products, services, and clients. You should be offering value all the time. Every time someone finds you, you should be offering something of value. A great way to offer value is with something called a lead magnet, where you produce a PDF or a document or a video that gives a whole bunch of valuable information to your prospects. If you're looking for a way to create a great lead magnet that's going to drive more prospects to you, I have a guide called The Anatomy of a Lead Magnet. I'm going to include a link to that in the description of this video as well as in the first comment. All you have to do is click that link, give me your email address, and I'm going to send that PDF over to you so that you can understand the steps it takes to create a valuable lead magnet and then start using that on social media. It's so important to capture people's attention on social media. You're competing with people who are just scrolling through the socials. You want to make sure you're using images of yourself that are scroll stopping so that when people are scrolling through their socials and they see you, they see your happy face, they want to stop and they want to read what you're writing. That's the first step to getting people engaged with you and your company, is by getting them to stop in the scroll and engage with your content. So use captivating images that attract people to you and to your business. We should always be focused on optimizing our content. And when I'm talking about optimizing content for social media, what I'm talking about is always writing about the transformation, letting people know what others have experienced in working with you and what it could be like for them if they start working with you as well. So always talk about the transformation and optimize your content so that you're talking always about your clients and about the services that you offer and how it can profoundly impact their lives. And while we're talking about optimizing content, it's also important to optimize the frequency with which you post. You're going to hear all kinds of people telling you all kinds of ideas on when you should post, but I want you to think about the human aspect of social media. If I were to call you up 10 times a day and talk to you about my services, you'd probably stop taking my calls. So it's important to be aware of how frequently you should be posting so that you don't start annoying your prospects, because that's going to backfire on you. That's going to push people away. My recommendation is very simple. Post once a day, 5 times a week, and that's it. If you're doing the right things and you're optimizing every step of the way, that's all you have to post to get an abundance of clients coming to you. So my recommendation, post once a day, 5 times a week. And while you're practicing that level of restraint, it's also important to limit the use of hashtags. We see this so much where people will max out the number of hashtags that they include, and they start to water down their message by including too many hashtags. And their content just gets blasted out and connected with all of these hashtags that might not be relevant. If you're feeling the need to tell your whole life story in your hashtags, try to find some level of restraint. It's not as entertaining as you think it is. Limit yourself to about 3 or 5 really meaningful hashtags. You're going to find that you get much better reach with that limited amount of hashtags than if you just try to flood everyone with what you think is an entertaining array of hashtags. It's not as entertaining as you think. I know the truth might hurt a little bit, but it's true. And since you're only going to be posting about 5 times a week, that gives you more time to create quality content. The quality of your content is what's going to separate you from everyone else out there. And if there's one thing that we know, it's become incredibly easy to spin up a business and start marketing yourselves on social media. So you have to stand out from everybody else who's just starting their businesses today and is flooding the market with messaging. You stand out by creating quality content. That quality content is pure value, talks about the transformation, and elicits a beautiful response from your prospects. The next step is understanding your numbers. You should be looking at the number of interactions that you get on your social content. What post did you create that got a lot of comments or a lot of applause? And you should be observing what it is that you did to get that level of interaction or that level of applause. Start doing more of that. You can use the feedback that you get from your audience to create more content in the future that they're going to resonate with. So know your numbers, look at the number of interactions, look at the number of comments, look at how much applause you get when you're creating content. That's going to give you insight into the kind of content you should be creating in the future. Next, I know how easy it is to talk about yourself online, but rest assured, your prospects are more interested in the results you can get for them than they are in the results that you've gotten for yourself. You need to be disciplined with the amount of time you spend on social media. And what I mean is, I want you to spend less time on social media. It's very easy to get sucked into the crevasse of social media where you're just caught in that whirlwind and you find yourself scrolling and scrolling. I wonder what they're up to. I wonder what they're doing. Oh, look at what they cooked. And that's a real time waster if you're an entrepreneur or a solopreneur. You're trying to run a business and grow a business here. You must discipline yourself to spending as little time as possible on social media. Contribute to the platforms, interact with your prospects, interact with your audience. But if you find yourself mindlessly scrolling, it's probably time to stop and get back to work, because you need to start attracting customers to you, and you're not going to attract customers if you're just scrolling away looking at somebody's dog picture. And then finally, show up consistently on social media. Every single platform, no matter which one you choose, rewards you for the consistent application of effort over time. And that's how you get great results. So show up consistently. So if you are creating a social media calendar or some sort of a plan, make sure it's one that you can stick to over a long period of time. That's why I recommend 5 posts a week, because that's something that many people can stick to. If you tried to do 5 posts a day, you'd probably be able to do it for a week or maybe 2, and then things would get in the way and you wouldn't be able to keep up that schedule. The platforms are going to notice that, and they're going to punish you by reducing your visibility. Instead, posting consistently, 1 post a day, 5 days a week, the platforms are going to see that consistent application of effort over time, and you're going to get rewarded with more visibility. So show up consistently and pick a schedule that works for you and one that you can stick to over a long period of time. Now, clearly, social media is different for you than it is for me, because you're unique, you have a unique business, and you have unique needs. And it's easy to understand that this is a recording of me and I can't customize this for you. But what I would like to offer you for sticking with me in this video and making it to this point is a free strategy just for you, where I will customize a social media plan just for you and for your business. Based on my 21 years of experience and the thousands of people that I've worked with, if you and I can sit together for a half an hour, I can come up with a plan that's going to work for you. In the comment below and over in the description, I'm going to include a link to my calendar. If you're serious about your business and you're serious about growing your business, hop on my calendar, spend 30 minutes with me, and I will come up with a specialized, unique strategy just for you, something that you can use right away. It's based on these 15 things, but also based on all of the experience I have and all of the people that I've worked with. If you found value in this video today, I would love to know with a subscribe, a like, and a comment below. And if while you were watching this, you thought of someone who would benefit from hearing this message, I would be so grateful if you would share this video with them. And as we wrap it up for today, I'm going to include a link for that other video on the Problem, Agitate, Solution framework, so that you can start using that to write better content that attracts more prospects and allows you to turn those prospects into clients. Thanks for being with me here today. I'll see you in the very next training.